Welcome to Street Sense, where I share with you uncommon wisdom tips to help you succeed in your finances, career, business, and relationships. My name is Maxwell Mensah. You can call me Talent Man. On this episode, I'm going to share with you 7 differences between the rich and the poor. 7 differences between the rich and the poor. But before I get into it, I want to encourage you, kindly subscribe to my channel now, because you're going to learn so much on my channel. Kindly subscribe now, like this video, leave a comment for me, and don't forget to share this video so that others can come and learn on my channel as well. So let's get into it. 7 differences between the rich and the poor. And some of these things that I'm about to share are things that I picked from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Those of you who have read that book and those of you who have not read that book, but it's a very good book that you have to really read if you want to move from someone who is poor or broke to becoming rich. You need to read that book. It's a very quality book you need to invest in to read. So 7 differences between the rich and the poor. And as you know, the rich and the poor are 2 different people. When you see a rich man, you know this is a rich man. When you see a poor man, you know this is a poor man. Probably sometimes it's not because of the money they have or the things they have. Sometimes the way they speak alone, the way they act, the way they even carry themselves around should tell you whether the person is poor or rich. Some people are rich but they don't have money. Some people are poor even though they have money. So the rich and the poor, there's a difference between them. The first difference is that the rich buy assets while the poor buy liabilities. The rich buy assets while the poor buy liabilities. And this is a very tricky one. I remember until I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, there's some things that I thought were assets, but at least I got to realize that they were not assets, they were rather liabilities. The thing is that an asset is anything you buy that is able to produce money. It's able to produce money. So if you buy a thing and it doesn't produce money, then it is a liability because it will depreciate with time. So for example, if I buy a phone can either be an asset or a liability. If I am buying a phone just use it for, making phone calls, going to social media to just see what's up, then it's a liability because it's not producing money. I'm just using it to just, I'm just using it for my day-to-day stuff without bringing the money. Like I'm using the same phone to run a business as my business phone or whatever it is, then it becomes an asset because it is producing money. You get it? So for example, I create all my YouTube content right on my phone. For my phone, Samsung Galaxy A22. That's why I shoot my videos, I edit the videos, I create the thumbnails, all from the phone. So I can refer to my phone as an asset because it is helping me to produce money. Even though I'm not yet monetized on YouTube, one day these videos are going to make money on YouTube. So my phone in this instance is an asset because it is going to help me to produce money. But for those who are using their phone just to go on social media, to make phone calls, to just watch movies and all that, the phone cannot be called an asset. You get it? So be mindful. Rich people buy assets, poor people buy liabilities. And the most dangerous thing is when people buy liabilities and they think it's an asset. So for example, you buy a car and think the car is an asset. No, it's not an asset. Because the car you bought, after some few years, the car will depreciate. And the money you used to buy, you can't get the same money. But if you buy a land, for example, as the years go by, the land appreciates in value. Unless you're buying the car to use for business, where the car is going to be bringing you money in return, then the car becomes an asset. For example, you can even have a house, and the house can be an asset. And another person can have a house that's a liability because it's not producing money. So whilst the rich are buying assets, the poor are buying liabilities. And the poor are deceiving themselves that their liabilities are buying are assets. You get it? So be careful about these 2. It's the first difference about the rich and the poor. Second one is that the rich are the rich love to take risks. The rich love to take risks. The poor fear taking risks. The poor fear taking risk. They fear taking risk because they are uncertain about what the outcome will be. They fear going into uncertain grounds. So they want to stay where they are. They want to stay in their comfort zone. At least in their comfort zone, they are sure of what the outcomes are. So whereas poor people fear taking risks, rich people love to take risks because they know it is in taking risks that they can be able to kill the bigger cats and the bigger fishes, and they're able to get better returns. So whilst the rich love taking risks, the poor fear taking risks. Next is that the rich accept responsibility easily. The poor don't accept responsibility. Rich people do things, they say things, they act, and they accept responsibility, whether it goes well or not. They accept responsibility. I made a decision, I said this thing, I took this action, it didn't go well for me, I took the responsibility, I'll do better next time. It went well for me. I did it myself. I'll celebrate myself, and I'll continue to do better. But the poor will always have a way to blame someone else for their failures. They will always blame their parents. They will blame their siblings. They will blame their children. They will blame their pastors, their bosses. The poor always have a way of blaming someone else other than themselves. So rich people accept responsibility. Poor people do not accept responsibility. If you are someone who hates to take responsibility of your life, you know. Next, poor people have positive affirmations. Rich people have positive affirmations. Poor people have negative affirmations. Whilst the rich are saying, I can do it, the poor man is saying, I can't do it. Whilst the rich is saying, I am able to acquire this land, the poor is saying, oh, I don't have money. Whilst the rich is saying, I will buy this car next month, the poor are saying, I don't have money, I don't know how to make money. Whilst the rich are saying, I will live in this rich neighborhood, the poor are saying, oh, these people, they are doing money ritual. So whilst the rich have positive affirmations about good things, about positive things to happen, the rich have negative affirmations. They are always speaking negative. Their vocabulary is full of so much negativity. They don't know how to see the good in any situation. The best they can do is seeing the negative in almost every situation that comes up around them. So rich people have positive affirmations. Poor people have negative affirmations. Next, rich people love to collaborate with others. Rich people, they love to collaborate with others, while the poor hate to collaborate. While the rich want to always look for people to collaborate with them. Oh, let's collaborate and do this. Let's collaborate and do this project. Let's collaborate and do this particular project. The poor are always being skeptical. They are always scared of who they are partnering with. They fear to partner because they want to do it all by themselves and get all the praise by themselves and get all the returns to themselves. When they can share the responsibility so that all parties or both parties can benefit. So the rich people love to collaborate. Poor people hate to collaborate, or they fear to collaborate. Next one is that rich people love to ask questions. Poor people don't love to ask questions. They rather prefer to assume. Poor people prefer to assume. They don't understand something. Instead of asking questions to get a better understanding about whatever it is, they will rather assume and make their own guesses and come up with their own presumptions. Oh, I think this is this. I think this is that. I think. While the rich will ask questions. The rich, when they don't understand something, they will go out of their way to ask questions so they can get the right answers, better answers, to help them make better informed decisions. So the rich always ask questions so they can know better, they can understand things better, so they can make better decisions. Whilst the poor will refuse to ask questions and they continue to assume and to make decisions based on their assumptions that are normally flawed. So if you want to be rich, learn to ask questions. When you don't understand anything, don't just assume. Ask questions. Look for someone to ask questions. If you can't ask anyone in particular, you can go online and all your answers, you get all the questions, you get answers online. The final thing that the final difference between the rich and the poor is that whilst the rich have big libraries, the poor have big televisions. Whilst the rich have big libraries, the poor have big televisions. And by big libraries, I don't mean they have a big bookstore in their house. No. Some of them do have, yes, but it's not necessarily the physical big library, big bookstore in their room. No. And by big television, I'm not talking about a big, maybe say 72 inches TV in their room, because of course they are poor, so some of them don't even have the TV. But what this is saying is that the rich love to educate themselves. They love to expand their knowledge. They love to learn more in areas they don't understand. When they understand something, they will go out of their way to learn so they can have better understanding. But the poor will rather choose entertainment over education. The poor will always choose entertainment. They're always behind their TV. Even if it's a small TV, they are always watching TV. They want to watch all the programs on TV. They want to know all the TV programs. They want to know everything that is being shown on TV. They prefer entertainment than empowerment, than education. So whereas the rich people are expanding their knowledge base, their wisdom, their intellect, the poor are entertaining themselves more. And as you're entertaining yourself, somebody is making money. It is not wrong to entertain yourself. Of course, you have to entertain yourself. It's very important. But you must weigh the amount of time you are spending to entertain yourself against the time you are spending to educate or empower yourself. If you are entertaining yourself more than empowering yourself, you are a poor person. You are having a poor person's mindset, a poor person's mentality, and you may remain poor for a very long time. So these are the 7 differences between the poor and the rich. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Street Sense with me, Maxwell Mensah. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly subscribe now and I will see you on the next episode.